What's good, everybody? It's Mr. Composition, the MC that writes fiction, back at it with another reaction. We got some fantastic hip hop. How Drake just tried to sabotage Kendrick Lamar's tour and failed. Now, if you're new to the channel, make sure to leave a like, subscribe, notification bells on so you don't miss when I drop a new video on the road to 5K. Man, the boy has been spiraling. The boy has been spiraling. I saw this and I was all like, okay, he's gonna be in the Toronto dope. And then you hear some Drake Glazers talking about, yo, you better not have security. I really respect them, and all this dumb stuff. And it's just all like, sit down, sit down. What is this? It's 2024. Like what is this? And then hearing about Boy Wonder saying DJ Mustard's the beat for Not Like Us was dope. Lots of interesting things going down. The stuff with Jay-Z, which I got a video reacted to that. It's crazy. But Drake trying to troll and all this different stuff, it's just like, sir, just why give this any more energy? At this point, as much as people were saying Kendrick was trying to do whatever to diss Drake for clout or whatever, even though I don't believe that, you could pretty much say where Drake's career is at currently. He keeps on rehashing it because that's the only thing that's getting him really any type of attention. Everything from the lawsuit, all these different things, him trying to position himself as some type of artist martyr or something like that when he benefit from the same system, is wild. But let's go ahead and check this out, shall we?
Now, despite everything else going on in the music industry right now, Kendrick Lamar and everyone who is behind
She
him
was
are
killing
not
it on
stopping
the
the run they
dance.
are on, and really in every single way possible. From Kendrick Lamar's GNX album posting one of the top 3 highest second week sales figures of this decade, to
Damn.
Kendrick still having 3 top 10 hits on the charts, despite it being the time of the year where holiday music tends to dominate all the airwaves,
Yeah.
to even other artists around Kendrick like SZA now getting ready to release her long awaited deluxe album to her record SOS titled Lana, which is now officially on the way. All in all, in this time where the rest of the music industry is going away for the rest of the year, Kendrick Lamar, PG Lang, and Top Dog Entertainment are all getting ready to give us what may become the most dominant single-year stretch in hip-hop we ever see from an entire crew and wave. And right now, from what we can definitively see, all of this hype for 2025 is culminating in Kendrick Lamar and SZA's Grand National Stadium Tour. And now, with all the anticipation and buzz this series of
That tour is
performances
gonna
are
be
already seeing,
crazy.
Kendrick and SZA hitting the road to take hip-hop and R&B into some of the biggest venues in the world is looking like it's gonna end up breaking so many different touring records. And now, as all of the anticipation and
already
buzz is
did.
increasing for this concert by the second, and as a result, Kendrick and SZA even rolled out more shows in both Kendrick's home city of LA and SoFi Stadium. Which seriously, when it comes to that city itself, if you thought the pop-out was legendary, them at SoFi is gonna be 100 times crazier.
Yeah.
And also they rolled out an additional show in none other than Toronto, Canada in the Rogers Center. And so with this, both in the region that Kendrick is from and in the place where his biggest rivals reside, he has been showing that he is commanding a level of popularity that no other rapper can right now, and because of this hype, and also the narrative in general that Kendrick Lamar's success has even made him the king of Toronto and Canada over Drake, as he is now not just playing in a venue that Drake has never been in, but at that one that is way bigger than anything he has ever performed in his hometown as well. Altogether, with Kendrick now coming back into Drake's home city, and after a time where
Yo, I didn't even know that. Those type of details, I didn't even know. No wonder Drake is getting even more salt. Ooh, the salt that Drake has got to have at this point has got to give him high cholesterol or something because how much can a person say? He asked for him. I'm just saying, what would you do if you were Drake at this point? Let me know in the comments. What would you do? For real, for real. I think for me, I would chill out. I would regroup. I would look at everything. I would fire a lot of people. I would, try to go through everything as far as like childhood stuff. Just get a lot of that stuff rectified because he has the money to do so. Like a lot of people just sit up there, they talk about having money to last lifetime. So you can't take a couple of months to just, you know what? Let me just chill. Let me go chill with my son, go chill with my family, everything like that. Let me go ahead and re-get that energy back, to do something. But I feel like there's something that Drake is hiding and he doesn't want this particular the way that he's moving since this beef, since this year has just been very weird. You know what I mean?
Drake banned other people from Kendrick's camp of playing. Now he's about to have the biggest show any rapper ever has there. Things are starting to look worse than ever for Drake and OVO because beyond any claims of artificial numbers or fake hype and demand, there is now nearly 100,000 tickets that are going to be sold in his own city of people who are all going to watch the man who has destroyed his career perform. And now because of this pressure and just general humiliation Drake has been feeling as now he really has nowhere left to run, Drake has already started doing the one thing he can in this time, which is to troll and try to just be straight out petty, because while Drake will never get in the booth and go head to head with Kendrick Lamar in terms of releasing diss tracks again, as we have all seen, Drake is still going to try to be petty and take down Kendrick Lamar any way he can behind the scenes. And really, just as we saw Drake accuse Kendrick and his label in the most pathetic way possible over the hype and success of Not Like Us right when GNX released, which when it comes to the timing of that was definitely to try and hinder the success.
Hey, I had said I was sitting up there and I was just all like, why now? And I was just all like, Kendrick dropped it out. At the time, I didn't see anyone else talk about it, but I mentioned it on one of my videos. It was just weird. The timing, like I said, everything has been very, very weird. But another thing that I was thinking of, with everything that is going on with Jay-Z, is that going to somehow impact either Kendrick's performance or just him being a part of the Super Bowl in general? I'm not saying whether or not I believe the accusations. What I'm saying is that there's been a lot of speculation of this stuff, and the quickness that Jay-Z moved as far as in the public eye say something versus, with the whole Kendrick Super Bowl type of thing, to me, it's very, very interesting. I may be just, pulling things, but it is very, very interesting.
Success of that record, as we now enter a year that is really gearing up to be even bigger for Kendrick Lamar, TDE, the West Coast, and every single person around him. Because of all this hype, get ready for Drake to go even beyond the most petty lines he has crossed already, and just straight out do the most pathetic things we have ever seen from a rapper, even for his standards already. But now before we even get to here, right now, just with all of the build-up and success that Kendrick and TDE are seeing right now, Drake has already tried to sabotage this historic moment that is gonna go down as Kendrick Lamar's Grand National Tour. Now before we get into what this latest moment in the catastrophe that is Drake's career right now is, be sure to leave a like and subscribe, it helps me out a ton. And so now with what Drake has been trying to do to seemingly take down the absolute milestone that is Kendrick Lamar playing in the biggest venues on the entire continent, is first off, and most importantly when it comes to having any sort of future for his career, is to try and step on Kendrick Lamar taking control of Toronto with his 2 shows at the Rogers Center. And now what Drake is doing here, instead of trying to win back his city by once again tapping in with their local scene and becoming an active participant within their culture, which just as we have seen Kendrick Lamar lean into has been one of the most successful ventures we have seen any rapper pull off recently. And even beyond the local scene, just coming outside in this time where his reputation is in the mud and trying to win people back over by reminding everyone of a time where he was once liked. Instead of any of this, Drake is seemingly sitting back right now and plotting on how to counter whatever Kendrick Lamar is doing with an antic that won't put him in any direct confrontation with him, but at the bottom line will try to take away the spotlight from Kendrick with Drake's own actions. And now already, before we can even get into Kendrick's tour, with Lamar's first major appearance at a stadium event this year being none other than the Super Bowl. Already with this moment, we have seen Drake hint so many different times that he is going to try and ruin the big game, which he has posted both cryptically about when he has shown off pictures of Bane from The Dark Knight Rises in the iconic scene where he marches into a football field, and beyond whatever strange plans Drake has in his head. He also announced an entire world tour which starts on the same day as Kendrick will be playing at the biggest show in music. And now based on the way Drake has already tried to take down GNX and redirect headlines his way by just doing one of the wildest things we have ever seen a rapper do following a rap beef, well, you can almost 100% say that even Drake in his prime could not create a bigger moment than Kendrick Lamar playing at the Super Bowl. Despite this, with Drake hitting the road for the first time since the beef, we are definitely going to see something major happen on his end, and if he was talking about Kendrick Lamar and everything he did to him on streams and on random posts, he is definitely going to try to sneak diss Kendrick from the other side of the world, all while Kendrick Lamar is having the biggest night of his career. And so now from this and fast forwarding to the shows at the Rogers Center, what the rumor right now going around is that Drake is going to be pulling a 50 Cent and is going to buy out all the floor seats for this show for Kendrick, so then the concert is seemingly empty. And no one goes, which will make Kendrick look like this big failure.
Wow.
And now when you consider
corny.
the types of games Drake plays and how much he looks up and still talks to 50 Cent, well, there is no actual strong confirmation that he is gonna be doing this, as Drake does not have the leverage to shut down this stadium and not have Kendrick perform, as he is not on good terms with the owners of the Rogers Center or the organizations that run the team that plays there in the Blue Jays, like he is with the Raptors, for example. We are not gonna see a repeat of what happened to somebody like Schoolboy Q or Sir when they came to Drake City.
And that's what's interesting, because it's just like him thinking that he's gonna do that. And again, that's the rumor that's going on. Apparently Drake is going to buy out all the floor seats, and it's just all like, sir, if you don't sit down somewhere. And that's what's funny, that doing a back-to-back show is crazy. Man, I would love to be there. I would love to be there. Hey, depending on how these videos do, you know what I'm saying? I might have to cop me a ticket. Before we get into that, this video is sponsored by me. Hey, if you want to dive into new music, I have a catalog. Yeah. These are not singles. These are albums. But more recently this year, I did release an album called Tame Chaos. So you can listen, stream, download, purchase, all of that in the link in the description. And just, check it out, because I want to see if people are actually seeing this and going to the site. So anyways, but that is crazy. That is absolutely insane. I'll leave the full video so y'all can check out, but that's absolutely insane. The way that Drake has been maneuvering and has constantly been failing at this is just like the level of delusion and just in your own stuff. And Fantastic Hip Hop brought up a good point. Instead of winning your city over and everything like that, which from what I've heard, his city really doesn't even F with him like that. It's just so interesting. It's so funny to rep a city that does not rep you at all, and to be a popular artist. That is absolutely diabolical. Like the L continues for Drizzy. But anyways, y'all, it's Mr. Composition, the MC that writes fiction. Back at it with another reaction. Make sure to like, subscribe, notification bells on so you don't miss when I drop a new video on the road to 5K. Make sure to check out the description for my music, books, comics, and more. All right, y'all. Peace.